What's going on, guys? Welcome to an update on the fish room in the garage. A few things have changed, so let's kind of go through everything real quick and give you guys a quick update of everything. So neon yellows, tank is looking a little bit cloudy, which is kind of weird just because I do, my 25 to 50% water change kind of every week. This could be due to the 2 Plecos in here that I've added maybe like a month ago. They've been stirring up some stuff, so that could be causing the cloudiness. But I also have Plecos on the other tanks, so it's a little weird. So I figured out what's going on there, but these guys are doing great. Having a bunch of duckweed just kind of growing like crazy, and I'm having to scoop them out and just toss them every week as well. The quarantine tank for the new neons, they're doing good. We have some babies in here as well. So far so good, cross my fingers. Probably another couple weeks, if we don't have anything else, we're going to start kind of moving these guys into the main tank, kind of swapping them around and whatnot, and probably keeping a couple here just because we have the Wabi Kusa growing out in this tank, and as you can see in the back. And let me take these covers off real fast just to kind of give you guys a look at the plants and how they're doing. So here is the chai plant, about the same. It has some new branches. This guy here is completely dead. This was the Lagugia white. No luck there. The moss, I'm surprised, did not take off either in any of these except for that guy right there. So that was kind of surprising. And then the top here, which is crazy. I'll show you guys. Look at this. The Monte Carlos. Look at this thick grass, like so thick. It's gotten all the way out here and kind of like gone up there. This guy's starting to kind of come back. It melted completely. We had like one string, and now we have a couple runners, which is awesome. This guy was growing really well, and then suddenly it just kind of melted. So I'm gonna pull some of these guys off here. Some nice couple guys there that are alive, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it does grow. But yeah, look at this. This looks crazy, huh? Looks really nice. This crepe pear is not growing that fast. It's just kind of like chilling. I know that they are slow growers, but man, they are not doing anything at all. So what I might do is cut this guy here and put him over here, and just kind of let them grow over here, just because we don't have any more stems of this to grow. So let's go ahead and cut this guy here. Make it shorter, and we'll put it right in the middle, and we'll let this kind of grow a little bit, and then we'll kind of keep trimming back the chai plants with the pink. Look at that pink. Awesome, huh? All right, off camera real quick, I cut the big stem. It's right in the center here, and I cut a couple, the little one that was branching off, and placed 2 here. So we'll have some more chai plants there growing. And here's the other quarantine tank for the painted fire reds. Got a couple little babies here as well. They're doing okay. We'll let them kind of continue growing out. No, no diseases or anything like that. So this is looking good as well. Call tank, we have a couple of the Starlight Pleco babies that hatched from a recent batch, maybe about last week or 2 weeks ago. They're in here somewhere. So that's some good sign. All right, and here's the main colony for the painted fire reds. I do have some good news. We have a ton of babies coming out. So they are breeding, and then they are repopulating in the tank, which is awesome. Hopefully next year we'll get some of the main colors reestablished, and then once we kind of have those established, we'll kind of move some of the calls and whatnot into the other tanks. But yeah, I'm happy that they are bouncing back. We do have a lot of calls that we need to kind of go through eventually, and I'll do that kind of off camera. Here's a quick shot of the angelfish tank. We do have a couple of these guys developing cloudy eye, and been trying to treat it, and it seems like it's not really going away. That guy's developed a really bad one that isn't going away, even with treatment. So decided to kind of downsize the group again. I'll probably downsize them again one more time just to kind of keep the water quality a little bit, better. And then on top of that, I decided not to use CO2 in this tank just because noticed that they're kind of sluggish with the CO2 kind of kicking in. So this tank hasn't been running CO2 for like almost like 2 months now. And the plants are doing okay, not the best. They're kind of just all over the place right now. So this tank will probably just be low tech with like some sort of highlight in here, and we'll just kind of figure out, try to grow some moss, try to grow some other plants in here, to kind of keep it, you know, clean for the angelfish. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's going on with them and the water quality here, just because you know, we do get a weekly water change, and I might have to increase that for this tank just to see if that helps with the cloudy eye, or it could just be infected with something where we need to treat the whole tank again for a more severe case of, or some sort of bacterial attack in the tank. And then moving across quickly to the Pleco rack, we had some breeding action in the Starlight. We had 2 batch of eggs. They're in there. They've hatched. I think we had, you know, probably like an 80% hatch rate, 90%-ish. So we'll see how they do in terms of growing up. So once they hatch, my success rate from growing from like the little fry all the way up to like maybe 1.5 inch is kind of like a 50% chance. Over here in the Tiger Pleco tank, no eggs surprisingly this year so far. I was just like, wow, that's really surprising. This year has actually just been the bristlenose. So we had the Starlight had a batch of eggs, and then we had the Peppermint Pleco, which we haven't had like all, you know, last year, but they had like 2 clutches of eggs that hatched, and then I went into the tank, and then from there, which was really surprising, was they all like just got wiped out afterwards. So I don't know if it's because we moved, you know, from tank parameter to a different tank parameter, but yeah, so that really was confusing to me. So yeah, we got to figure out what's going on there with this hatch rate. The hatch rate with these guys specifically. Then over here is the leopard frog. No eggs from them this year, but we had one last year with only like maybe 3 fry that I saw on the back of the filter. But unfortunately, those guys did not survive. And over here on the other side, we have the far left here is the Blue Dream, my original Blue Dream tank. We're kind of moving the main tank to down here to this bigger tank. And actually we have a lot of shrimps down here, baby shrimps everywhere actually. Keeping an eye on these guys just because they came directly quarantined straight to this tank. So I got to make sure that everyone's healthy here before we start kind of combining everything together. So far so good. I haven't seen any issues. I think like on the first week or so we caught a couple of them, treated them with just some like a salt bath, and it seemed to fix that issue. And then so far, you know, everything looks pretty good. We'll continue kind of monitoring these guys for a couple more months. The cull tank over here, so we have another cull tank across with the Plecos here, the baby Plecos. So this is the next batch of Tiger Plecos. They're like small. We'll eventually probably move them to here just because we cleared out this tank. We had like 12 or 13 or 14 fry that I ended up taking in to the local pet store to trade in, just because it's towards the end of the year, it's winter, you know, I can't sell and ship these guys out anyways. So I went ahead and traded the rest of these guys in just because next year these guys will end up moving over here, and they'll go on, you know, for sale or whatever in the next couple months. But yeah, so it's kind of a transition because I won't have room to house like all these guys, and also the Starlight that's going to be coming in, hopefully, and coming in as well. We just have one leopard frog Pleco back here that kind of got beat up during, you know, they're fighting with the cave. So he's in here kind of just keeping this tank cycling, I guess, for now. Plans are we're going to be focusing on gathering as many eggs from the next couple weeks here, because I know that the Plecos will probably keep laying eggs just because of our cold water changes, and we'll just kind of get as many eggs possible to set up for next year. We'll, you know, hatch them, grow them out, and we're gonna focus on regrowing some of these low-tech plants like these guppy grass that we have here, some of these plants here as well for next year. And we'll figure out what's going on with these guys. We'll probably end up doing an increase in water changes just to see if that helps. Did a quick general methane blue just to see if there's anything in the tank that might be, you know, causing that cloudy eye. Wipe that out first, and then we'll just continue with clean water. We'll probably increase it, like I said, to 2 water changes a week, and we'll see if that helps with the cloudy eye situation. But yeah, other than that, we'll be focusing on growing these Pleco fry, continue growing the shrimp out for next year, seeing how these plants do. But yeah, that is the update for the week. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys are subscribed, and like always, till next time, guys, peace.